Good morning. It is October the 25th, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day. Don't have a lot of news overnight. China has changed the language, and they're guessing that Xi's going to be the leader of China until he dies, based on what he's been able to do at this party Congress. So we'll see if that happens out. Big news in the United States. Hillary Clinton and the DNC paid for the Trump dossier, and the FBI was going to pay for it too. Then they decided to back away from it. So the scandals and the corruption continue unabated in Washington, D.C. We do live in interesting times. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. The chatter overnight on treasuries is we're headed for 2.5, 2.6% interest rates. And the market is acting like that. We'll go to the longest line of letters and left click. That's the start of a new distribution down. We don't want to fade these moves that come out of the middle. So when we see a 30-minute period opening, and if it's right in the middle where the volume is, we cancel our limit buy at 124.19.5 in this case, to see what happens when it gets there. We'll have plenty of time to get it. We break that level, P comes back up, so the second extension in P period, when you take out that end period low right there, is the one that you want to get involved with. Got lower highs, you got to move out of the middle. We've taken out near support, and when we take out that end period low, that's a good trade. Right now, structurally, you'd have a limit sell at 124.17.5, and we should see some selling in the 16 to 20 area. Today's news normally would move the markets, have some impact. Durable orders plus 1%. Transportation plus 0.5. That's where the focus will be. Core capital goods came in last time higher than forecast. That shows that businesses are making investment. If you want to keep the growth scenario going, you'd like to see this number higher than forecast. That's still a pretty strong number in and of itself. FHFA housing price index up 0.4. Don't have a feel for that. New home sales 555. Don't have a feel for that. Sometimes the numbers come in better, sometimes they don't. Crude inventory is minus 2.6. Last night on the APIs, plus 500,000 on crude, minus 5 million on both gasoline and distillates. So they like that. That was definitely seen as supportive. So the news focus: durable orders, transportation, new home sales, and for the crude market, crude inventories, and gasoline. They like the fact that the EIA number is forecast to show a draw. They like the fact that the APIs showed a draw in gasoline and distillates. They would like to see a draw in gasoline and distillates here. First sell, 15 to 19. Second sell, 23.27. On the buy side, I think we can go a little bit lower. I'd like to do 5s to 9s, but we haven't busted 12 yet, so we'll put a question mark at 12. Everything says we should be trading lower, so we'll try to get short first and see if we can't bust 11.5. Buy 1, 5 to 9, buy 2, 29 to 01. Hope you had an evening. We had another, yesterday some wind gusts were up to 40 as the fronts set up for the next blast of cold air. Yesterday I think the high was 58, 59. Today the high is supposed to be 77. So we're at the edge of where the cold air and warm air mix and meet. The wind blows from the south, we can warm up pretty quickly. If it blows from the north, we can get cold pretty quickly too. I think it's called fall. But they have a hard frost forecast on Friday and Saturday night here, 26, 28 degrees, which gets rid of fleas and ticks if it can make it to 26. Okay, looking at the 30-year, 4 to 8 is number 1. Selling 11s to 15s, sell 1. 19 to 23, sell 2. 5-year auction is usually the weakest auction of the bunch. And we'll play for that. I think there's one short left in the market. A structural sell right here would be at 7. 7 to 10, picking up this area right here. That would be your structural sell. 24, 28, number 1 support. 17, 21 buy 1. 9 to 13 buy 2. Knob spread came in quite a bit overnight. So the long-term money is betting on higher interest rates. And why not? The Fed's told us that they're raising interest rates, right? You know, the Fed tells you exactly what they're going to do. Most of the time we choose not to believe them. We play games, but their guidance is pretty damn accurate if you think about it. But where would you be as a pundit, just doing what the Fed's going to say? You got to write up. You got to have to write something up, right? Okay, gold. The tractor down here is in the 65 area. If we can bust 71, so 70, 72 is buy 1, where we were last night. Buy 2, 65, 67. On the sell side, 75, 77. Let them get stops above 75. Might take a 74 to get in, and 79 to 81 for sell 2. Everybody's raising interest rates. Maybe the ECB tomorrow will say they're going to start raising interest rates. No reason to own gold. I have to liquidate assets to get money to eat. If I own gold, I don't have to do that with bonds. You know, everybody thinks the stock market is so big, but the biggest market out there is fixed income. And why? Because most people need income. It's pretty simple. And I've been involved in the management of 2 small cash fund bonds. And when I have money that needs to be invested, I have about a 30-day window to get it invested. Money markets don't pay anything, so got to get something, and that's the way that market works. So it's all built on ladders. It's all built on duration. So you roll your maturing paper into whatever year of the ladder you're supposed to go into, and over time you get the average interest rates. It's pretty easy to make that work. Okay, 1825. Don't make 15 to 25, sell 1. 40 to 50, sell 2. Kind of at the bottom end of a trading range. The announcement is tomorrow. We could see some buying today, just covering shorts. As long as we stay below 1830, market can sell. 90 to the buck, buy 1. I think that's where we were last night. 75, buy 2. Look for trading range with the ECB announcement tomorrow, holding the market in check. And probably the dynamic that we could see today would be short covering before tomorrow's announcement, which I think comes at I think England's is 6:30. I forget what time it comes at, but it comes before markets open. Then the press conference is at 8:30 Eastern. Okay, crude oil was supported by last night's APIs, the draw on gasoline and distillates. Did not explode or break out to the upside, so we're right where we have been, 52.50. It is resistance, so 52.50, 52.75. That's where we were last night. 53, 53 and a quarter, and we'll keep making that trade until we're proven wrong. We can be proven wrong. I mean, it's not a guaranteed trade, but what the hell? It's where resistance is, right? So we're selling against resistance. Buy one, 51.75. 52, buy two, 51 and a quarter, 51.50. The EIA numbers as forecast are supportive. And the E-mini. I've got buyers at 62 or better. The shorts in the E-mini have been short-term traders, day traders, just like us. They get in, they'll bang on the market a little bit and take it down, but they don't. We don't stay with our positions. We're not setting longer-term shorts. Have a pretty square distribution when we go into the congestion area right here. I got volume here that's pretty close to that. Got a little volume here, so it's leaning B. With resistance is at 70 to 77, and support's at 55 to 61. So this morning, looking at it, the volume has changed a little bit right here when I looked at it earlier. The 60-62 buy, and then 55-57 is what my eye caught this morning, with the volumes coming a little bit lower. So I think we have a chance to get a shot at our maybe stops below 60. I'm going to put a question mark here at 66, 67.50. Like to sell 69.71s, 74.76s for sell too. Market might be weaker. The durable orders numbers, if as forecast, would be supportive. So I think we can trade higher based on the news that comes at 8:30 Eastern, or at least retest the 70 area, and we'll see if that happens. So the 60-62 buy, 55-57, I think, based on the projections for the numbers, are pretty good trades to get started, and then we'll see what the news brings. I don't understand the question, Scott. Rephrase, please, or expand it. It'll take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy on that. Back with you as soon as possible.